Best Damn Sports Podcast, period. 806. 806. 806. Catching the vibe. 806. I love a night. 806. 806. 806. 806. Shout out G. 806. 806.
We're now in the mix with DJ Wolfka.
You already know what it is. This is your boy Melly Mellon. This is the Best Damn Sports Podcast, period. This is 806, the show. We got a fantastic episode for y'all. As always, I'm joined by my co-host to the left, former YS Hooper, Chinese food connoisseur, the heavyweight champion of the world, Ari G. Let's go.
Welcome back.
Intros has changed a little bit since he's been on the show. And my co-host to the right, former Salem High football captain, inventor of the Sanchez special, the suntan Superman himself. Make some noise for Sanchez. Welcome him back. It's been a little while. We just talk about it off camera. It's been, I think, literally like 100 episodes since he's been on. One of the best Salem High basketball players we have ever seen.
Let's go.
And you know what he's here for. We're going to talk some hoop talk. So if you don't want to listen to hoop talk, make some noise for Eric Groszyk, everybody.
Welcome back, man.
Thank you. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, shout out to you guys. I mean, everything you've been doing for the community. And,
we appreciate it.
Bringing more attention to, especially the younger people playing basketball in the area. It's awesome.
Awesome. Speaking of younger people playing basketball, I think we need to start the show. Salem High is state damn champions. Make some noise! We should just start every episode like that.
I think it's so crazy.
Yeah.
I thought there was more coming.
No, legit.
It's the thought of it. There's times where I just sit there like, yo, Salem's a state champions. Again. Just randomly hits me like, oh.
So, Eric, you said before we got on live here on the camera that you pretty much went to every playoff game and followed your beloved Salem High Witches. So how describe the journey of watching all these games and how your emotions through it, because obviously being a former player and getting close to the mountaintop and see them reach the mountaintop. How did you feel?
I mean, okay, so I'm gonna start last year. I'm gonna start last year.
Okay.
So when I moved back thank you. When I moved back a couple summers ago, my second daughter had just been born. Mm-hmm. So I had some time for paternity leave, which coincided with like the early part of last season. Not the season that just passed when they won the state championship, the season before.
Yeah, got it.
So I spent some time around the team, just like observing practice, participating in practice, and got to know some of the guys pretty well. And then after the season into the spring, got to know some of the guys even better. And then like kind of kept that going through the summer and then the fall leading up to this most recent season. And I remember like a week or two after they lost to, I think it was Hanover that they lost the year before, the kids being like, we can win the state championship. And I'm like, I just watched you guys lose by 30 at home in the tournament. Like, it's good to be confident, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't see it. I wouldn't say that to a kid. I'll say it now because they won. But and then like a couple weeks before the season, or like tryouts, they're always right around Thanksgiving, checking in with some of the kids, some of the guys. And they're like, we can win the state championship. And I'm just like, same thing. I'm like, that's great. Seems like you guys got some work to do. Just like stay focused and practice. And then I think the first time where it really came into focus for me was when I went to watch them play at Beverly. And like, I kind of looked at that. I remember whether it was in college or high school, like there's teams you just like couldn't beat, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're conference, they're like in conference rival, and you just like can't get over that hump, whatever it is. And I think for them to go into their gym, like no disrespect to Beverly, but for them to go in and like...
And for some context, Beverly was ranked top 10 in the state at the time. Mm-hmm. So they're a very, very good team at the time.
Yeah, great. I mean, exactly. No disrespect to them. Like they're a great team. But to see someone go into that type of environment and play as well as they did, like it opened my eyes like a little bit. And I think the next win I think sequentially the next one was St. Mary's at home, which
That was
again,
a big one.
That was
they might have been like 2 at the state at that time, like up there. I was like, okay, now like
You got your attention.
yeah, like now I'm like, okay, like it's possible, right? Like this feels within reach. And I'm not an expert, so like no one should be taking my opinion as gospel, of course. And then the next game I remember was they went to Masco. And so Masco's defending conference champion, division higher. I think they had like the reigning conference MVP. And they went in there, again, no disrespect to Masco. Like some of those kids are phenomenal players. Like the coach there does an awesome job. But I think they held Masco to 1 basket in the third quarter. I think they held them to like maybe like 3 or 4 points, but like 1 basket. It's like 8-minute quarter.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. Because like in my mind, when a team can lock up like that, when you can like lock up and produce stops, like, you know, a metric I've heard used or like historically has been used, like if you can get 3 stops in a row, like that's like a good string of defensive possessions.
Absolutely.
Right.
Let alone 8 minutes. Like to go 8 minutes and basically not give up a field goal is crazy.
Yeah, right.
And to do it, and, you know, so I had this experience when I was a junior. And it's very similar. Like there's a lot of parallels that I could draw between my junior year team and this team in the sense that like, you know, there was a team, in their case it was Masco, in our case it was Swampscott, who had been like pretty dominant in the conference the year before and returned most of their team, including the MVP. Yeah. And like we were, you know, our team, their team was a bit younger. Their team, meaning the Salem team, was a bit younger relative to that more experienced team. And like there weren't the same type of expectations yet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, you know, we went into Swampscott, which was a small gym, and played really well. And then I saw them go into that Masco gym and like really take the crowd out of it and really just like dominate both ends of the floor. That's was like, okay, like I think they're there. But then you need like all these to win a championship at any level. Like you need all these other things to come together.
It takes
right?
a lot of luck sometimes.
It's like people got to stay healthy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
You know, and like I know you had Ellie on. He talked about some of the other factors, whether it was like Charlestown or some of the other teams they played, where it's like, yeah, guys become ineligible. Guys on other teams get injured. Like teams just have an off night. Like these are all things that come into play. Like you're also dealing with 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. Like you don't know what you're going to get on any given night. So like, but when they demonstrate like, hey, we have the focus to like put together 32 really good minutes, and then like, okay, now we can do it consistently over many weeks. When they, you know, they went on that little bit of a run. I know they dropped a game in there, but
very good defensive team.
yeah, like to be able to lock up like that. So that's when it's like in my mind, I was like, okay, I can see this.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they were great, but not really tested through the first few games of the tournament. And then I think it was the Charlestown game.
I think that the game was the key. Because I think when you get any playoff run, it could be college basketball, it could be NBA is a little different just because they're series, but anytime there's a one game elimination tournament, there's gonna be a game you don't play well. It's just law of averages. Yeah. Great teams win those games. So when they beat a Charlestown team I thought going in that they were a better team, they're gonna win. But again, winning a game where like if you look at the stat sheet or if you watch the game, you could see them like, I could see you not winning this game. So winning that game, once they won that game, it was a little like, all right, like you won the game you weren't supposed to, kind of.
So and I was focused on their opponents throughout the tournament. So, you know, whenever their opponent got decided, you know, because they don't always necessarily play, especially in those early rounds, they always play on the same night. But when we would figure out when their opponent or whoever their opponent would be, I'd always make a point of watching at least 2 of their games. So shout out McCullough for providing all the tape.
We need to give you something, bro.
Absolutely.
He would be on here all the time if he wasn't at every single basketball.
He's a busy man.
You saw he was doing baseball right now. He's at a baseball game right now.
Shout out to him for what he does for the culture. For sure.
Absolutely.
He
100%. 100%. So, you know, I watched a couple of the Charlestown games, and like, I'm not going to say whether or not they were the best team that they faced. I think the best team that they faced the whole time what actually ended up being Hanover. Mm-hmm. But like, I think that was maybe the worst matchup for them because to me, the Salem High team is so, well, you know, they've Cleto, and Cleto's great. This isn't to take away from him, but it's so guard oriented.
Yeah, always.
And like so much of how they control the pace of the game and how they, you know, are so strong defensively is like the amount of ball pressure they're able to put on the other team. And with the Charlestown guards, I was like, I don't know if they're going to be able to like kind of bully them in that same way, or like just speed them up or take them out of their stuff. And that's kind of like how it ended up playing out. Like I was making the joke, I've never seen so many pick and rolls in one game. It's like it was just like pick and roll against pick and roll against pick and roll, because I think that speaks to the similarity of those styles. Is like they're going to put the ball in the best players' hands and let them kind of create. I don't know, Salem maybe ended up winning by a bucket or two.
Couple buckets, I think it was
close
like
one. They
by 4 or something.
definitely-
And that's what it is to me, is like when you get into, which again, your point, in a single elimination tournament, it's always going to come down to at least 1 or 2 games where it's a 1 possession game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? So when you get into the last 2 minutes of 1 possession game, you need to be able to produce a stop. And that's a different level of focus to me, a different level of discipline, because on offense, especially at the high school level, if you have a talented guard or like any really talented high school player, you can kind of give them the ball and spread out the floor and just let things go. But to produce a stop, you need 5 guys to all be on the same page for 30, possibly 30 seconds, possibly 45 seconds if there's a second opportunity for the other team. So, like that to me was the quality of that team that like ended up carrying them through the tournament. So then I forget the exact order. I don't know if Classical was right after that.
Classical was right after that.
Classical was right after that. So again, I think 2 similar teams in terms of style and in terms of.
I think Classical was very like. I think it was a lower rank. When I saw Classical, I was like, "Yo, like this team is like one of the best." Like I thought they're one of the best teams. Obviously, like I keep track of mostly the North Shore people, like the Boston teams. I like look at online, but I'm not really like following. But I thought like when I think everybody when we saw Classical next to the schedule, like, all right. This is gonna be a game, and then it's just like
I feel like it was a good culture game.
But also,
Like,
of course, obviously, from like
It's always
we'll
been
get
a
to,
like rivalry.
Yeah.
My issue with not playing Classical every year, we'll get to that later. But like, I think that like that Classical game, everybody saw like, oh, like this might be like. I thought whoever won that game was gonna win the state title.
You could be right.
In my opinion. Again, I wasn't too familiar with Hanover. I wasn't too familiar with it. But when I saw, I'm like, yo, Classical can win it all.
I think you're right. I think they for sure would have been right there, like had they made the championship. And like again, so much respect for that team. Like just how hard those kids played.
Absolutely.
Like, and that was to me what stood out about that game is like this is just. The environment aside and the crowd aside, there's just like a very, very high level of competition and pace. So, but it was a very similar thing. Like I forget the exact. I wish this stuff was fresh from my memory. I think it was like sometime in the third quarter. Inevitably a team like Classical, they're going to make their run.
Yeah.
And they did that. But Salem was really, again, just really able to respond on the defensive end. And there was a moment at the start of that game where like Charlestown was physical. In a different way, the Classical team, to me, was extremely physical in a way that, like, almost like not to compare to OKC, but like the way OKC is physical, and like puts a lot of pressure on the referees in how they're going to officiate the game, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how Salem, the kids, are going to necessarily respond to that. Not to say they're going to get taken out of their game, but like you just never know.
Yeah.
But there was a play where Matt Kenny. I think it was like the first or second possession. There's like a loose ball in the backcourt, and he just like came out of nowhere and he dove on it. And to me, I was like, okay, this set the whole tone, for how that game was going to go. And like any doubt, I think that anyone might have had at that time about how they were going to compete or how they're going to rise to that challenge was just like put aside.
I think when I was watching that game, winning that game and how we won showed me like, oh, we could win it all because they had the GBL MVP.
Yeah,
and. I don't have the stat sheet in front of me, but I don't know if he scored 10 points. And to hold the GBL, Greater Boston League, it's a, you know what I mean? Like it's a big for the MVP to be held under 10 points in a Final Four game, and it's just like, all right, you guys were able to lock down arguably one of the best players in the state.
For sure.
So after that, I was just like, all right, then it's just again like I thought we had the best player. Elian, I think was the best player. Again. Give him the ball, everybody spread out and let him work. And if you have that, and then you have the defense we had, I was like, oh, all right, we good. It was just like, if we could score more baskets in the other team. That's literally what it came down to. If we could just, control the game, moving on from there, I thought we were in a pretty good space.
Yeah, they were definitely dogs. Like, I like the rubber duck thing or whatever that big.
Was,
The culture of like that represented like the defensive culture of this team, the way they
the
hustled.
fact that it wasn't like you like an offensive MVP, like you had the most points. It's like no, whoever locked down. So from jump, and I think Elian said that started way in the beginning of the season. From that showed you like they were focused on defense back in December. You know what I mean? They were focused.
Like a Tommy point or something.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Or like in like Miami when they and the Hurricanes. They had the necklace or something like that. So the fact that they had their own, which that duck was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just what it represents.
If you want to hear the story how they got that duck, check out Elian's episode.
Absolutely. Right. Big duck. All right.
It kept defense on mind.
Yeah, and you could tell that they not only that they wanted that award, like quote unquote award, but the fact that the whole team would not fight for it, but all strive to achieve it
and celebrate whoever.
Exactly. No one ever felt like, oh, well, he didn't deserve it. No, it's always like, good stuff, high five.
And that picture was posted after every game.
Every single game.
I was always checking. I was like,
oh yeah, make sure. They made sure, and it was just like
that. It just tells you how connected and like how well they mesh as a team.
Yeah.
And especially on the way that they play defensively. I always think defense is, I won't say more important than offense, but you can tell who wants to play when you look at the defense.
It's like effort.
Effort is a huge
70. I say 70% effort.
Yeah, like that's all defense is. Just like rebounding is. You can tell how much these players want it, but how much they win in the rebounding games.
That ball? Are you gonna take that charge? Are you gonna go for those 50-50 balls?
And it's funny you say that because during the championship game when it was close, Elian did his thing, but the key play was that stop.
Was a defensive play. Yeah.
Was a defensive play at the game. Like, when he got that steal, I pretty much sealed it. I think we did some free throws after that, but like. To win like that, I was just like, man, like, I would have never. I hope that kid got the ball. Like, I hope I would have stole that ball. Would have been in my bag. I'm sure Doyle would have chased me for it, but that ball would have been in my bag on the way home. But it was just a beautiful thing, and I'm still waiting for the parade. By the way, we haven't forgotten. So I don't know when that's coming, but that needs to come quick.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, we had a certain level of success, like not the same level of success, but we had our own level of success. And, the furthest we ever got was what they called at that time the North Final, right? So like the state tournament was organized differently back then. Mm-hmm. But it was at Songus Arena. And I think we lost we ended up losing by like 3 or 4 to East Boston. And that was, to this day, I think about that game. I think about certain plays in that game. I think about how I could have prepared differently for that day.
That's crazy. So far long ago.
It's true.
No, I believe it.
And it's like, so to have this experience, like, the experience last year or 2 years ago, getting to be around the team a little bit and observe them and observe Coach Doyle and his staff, which, I'm so grateful for that opportunity and how welcoming he is to so many alumni, not just me.
Yeah, it's great.
To have that experience and kind of like see the team in a different stage of their development. And then to kind of see them, like you guys are saying, form that identity.
Yeah.
And then get to experience like that level of success, but not just the success, like getting to feel the community rally around them. Yeah. And like just the way the size of the crowd like slowly increased over the season.
And it's funny because Doyle always said, I think he said he'd come in here and the kids like, listen, we all talk about the days with both stands were down.
Both sides.
The crowd is thing, and what we always say, like, if you win, we will show up. And we showed up. Like, we, you know what I mean? Salem wants to see winners, man. They're just like.
But I think this is the difference, right? It's like Doyle's had good teams. He's had successful teams. He's had star players. But like, I think this team in particular, they had like that identity, right? They had that identity of like the cohesion and just a tough-minded team. And like, I think that's really what brings people out. Yeah. And it was interesting for me to see it. Like, I think when I played, like so much of that was in the background for me. Like I kind of felt like when I think about it now, it's like maybe I just like blocked a lot of that out or like filtered it out because just trying to be focused on what we were trying to accomplish. So it was really, really, again, like I'm so grateful to the team for the ability to like experience it from the other side now. Like experience it as a fan and to kind of like almost recognize something that I didn't appreciate even at the time when I was like, a part of the center of it, right? Like, I'm sitting in the crowd and watching them play and like, wow, like, at a certain point that had been me, right? Like I was at the focal point of like all this energy, dude. It's like you walk into that gym and it's like there's like an electricity in the air. So, to have this experience and then to like go back to Song of Serenity. Like I hadn't been to Song of Serenity since we left on the effing bus as like losers in my mind. Like it's like I hadn't been there since then. Maybe I went for a Jay-Z concert, but I can't remember. The Jay-Z concert might have been before. I don't remember.
I don't think Jay-Z's doing no Song of Serenity. That was probably the TD Garden. I would think.
So, to go back and then to see them, and it wasn't like they didn't blow the other team out. Like it was
a good game.
Yeah, and the other team came back. The other team fought their way back in. It's like victory by no means was certain. But then to see them like kind of have that relief and have that joy, it kind of like healed something for me that I'll still today. Still dwell on.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
And
It's like a full circle moment.
Totally.
And the thing is, like, Alion's coming back, Tata's coming back.
Yeah.
They got a squad. I mean, hey, they were talking about in Thanksgiving that we can win the state championship. Now that we won one, I think we can just not
do it again.
I'm not going to
Run it
name
back.
any names, but before they won this one, people close to the program were like, they're going to win it back to back. And I was like, dude, I can't believe I'm hearing people talk about this. Like they haven't even won the first one, but people are like, if they win it, they're going to repeat again. And I don't
Just having that belief.
So,
like,
but
it's
here's
possible.
But dude, so this was the thing to me. Like I had to, and I'm just gonna say who it was. It was Nate Lane. So it's out there now. But he was the
We'll
one.
ask him about it next week.
Dude, he was the one who was like, "We're gonna win it," and I was like, and so in my personal life, whether it's like as a father, as a friend, as a manager at work, I don't want to be the one who's like limiting someone else.
Yeah.
I don't want my beliefs or my expectations about what someone else is capable of to like limit them.
Yeah.
So, honestly, to see them win, and for me to like, for my belief in them to grow over the course of the season in that way, it was just like a reminder. It's been like some lesson that I feel I must have needed to learn about like don't put your expectation or what you don't put your limits on someone else.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, and again, just trying to relate to where they at and where they are in their lives. It's like, like I used to dream like that, right? Like I used to imagine
Just
myself.
delusional.
Yeah, just like
Yo, it's just like,
it's like I can do anything.
I'm making NBA. I remember those days, like, and I remember making a bet with my cousin in middle school, and I'm like, I think it's like, nah, you can't make the NBA. I'm like, I'm making NBA. Just delusional out of my mind.
That's dope. And real quick on Nate, I don't think Nate honestly gets enough credit. We see obviously Alion was the star of the team, but I think Nate Lane was the heart. That
for sure.
energy, the emotion. He was never scared. Charlestown, Lynn Classical, these teams that have known to like intimidate other teams, and he wasn't budging at all.
But I think that to me is part of that identity. It's just like there's like a certain swagger or something
absolutely.
that's like, to me, it's like the through line of all the teams going back to the 90s. But like, I'll go back to that Beverly game, and I'm in the stands. I feel like I know Nate pretty well. And then I'm watching, he's on the crowd. He's like chirping at the Beverly fans.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, he's into it,
Yeah.
He's the player you need. Every championship team needs a player like that.
But I'm just like, who is this kid? Like, this isn't the kid I met, 3-4 years ago. So to see his development and his evolution as a player and a person. And again, like people want to ask about what it takes or what do I think separates some of these teams or players. It's just like, dude, it's just the people who work the most.
Yeah.
It's like those. How much did you, or there's so much that they would say about their commitment, and they like a lot of guys are like, yeah, I was in the gym the day after we lost. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true. Like with them, it was definitely true.
Yeah.
It's like I'd be talking to them. Hey, do you guys want to work out? They're up. They're up at 5:30. They're up at 6 a.m.
Oh yeah,
They're
I see
in
the
gym.
workouts.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Fire.
All right. Again, congratulations to Salem High, and we definitely be keeping a close eye next season.
Well, hold on. We gotta talk. So, one last thing
Go ahead.
is, and I think you guys touched on this, but like Allianz jersey needs to go up.
Yeah.
There's no question.
Well, now he has a chance.
I was like, hang the Dominican flag, hang the jersey,
hit 'em both.
like,
Both.
well, and this is the other thing about it, right? Is like I think, and I'm a beneficiary. Like I've benefited from this in my life. Like the Dominican culture and Salem High basketball are like this, dude.
Oh, I love. Bro,
It's like
you know how much that.
I'm not just saying this because it's you guys.
Just hearing something like that because
It's true, dude. It's true. It's true. Like how many great Dominican players have played at Salem High? Right?
A lot.
And like this isn't, I'm not putting this on him. Like he has enough probably on his shoulders. Like he doesn't need me adding whatever to it. But like the fact that now he's a champion, his jersey's going to be up. Like who knows? He could be the all-time leading scorer in Salem High,
got a
and
chance.
representing that community in that way. It's like it's amazing.
it's amazing,
Absolutely.
especially like a lot of people don't know from the
raised.
outside.
Totally.
That's the
From the
thing.
outside looking in, that like I'm obviously going to exaggerate numbers because I don't have stats in front of me, but I think it's 40-50% Dominicans in Salem. I think we're
It's something like that.
We're,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
a lot, and then again, I'll keep this positive, but we haven't always been felt like our side has been represented a lot in Salem as a whole.
Yeah, of course.
Just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
whole. So of course, seeing one of ours, kid who grew up in the Point, who absolutely needs his jersey retired. 'Cause
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember when we argued. We're having a Tone argument,
Yeah.
and what did I say? I love Tone. You already know. I've said it to him myself, so he knows. I love him to death. But what's the other two guys' jerseys up there? 3 now. What do they all have in common? The state titles. And now, like, if that's the criteria,
That's the standard. That's
the
It's
standard.
always been the standard from the time when I was
State championship.
10 years old. It's
Yeah.
like you want your jersey up there, and that to me was motivation. Like
Yeah.
when I was working out in the high school, when the buildings were shut down, I was the only guy in there. Like I'm looking up at those jerseys, like I want mine up there. Like I
Absolutely.
never got it, but I'm fortunate that I got to watch someone do it.
That'd be a special moment to like
Absolutely.
watch
listen,
watch them
and listen.
like.
And
we've only seen
to the
2 our whole
fans and
lives,
everybody,
like-
Salem.
True. It was already there.
We always just saw 2 of them, 2 jerseys.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine
listen.
just like a third. would be
I don't need it in a couple years. Y'all can take your time. You can
Yeah,
wait till
yeah.
they get a little older to put
was-
the jersey up.
I was
We
gonna ask,
don't
like-
need it right away. I know people are gonna be like, what's going?
How long did it take to put the other 2 up?
Who knows?
From when
That's
they
a Doyle
left.
question.
Couldn't have
Story.
been that long. I mean, Evie Aquendo, unfortunately, it took hers
That-
40 years or something.
That was-
Insane.
yeah, that was insane.
Insane.
yeah.
Right.
But the other 2.
I wanted to have, because I think you're one of the smartest basketball minds I know personally.
Thank
So
you.
I think it'd be a good time to have like an intellectual basketball conversation.
Intellectual
You know what I mean?
hoop
Like, a little hoop talk. Now, high school and college basketball has changed a lot since you've been since you've played. We're talking about like NIL and transfer portals. First,
Definitely different.
I want to hear your thoughts of it. Like, I think we've had like, I think I just saw somebody who's like 30 years old about the. I think I
Yeah.
just saw that headline
Yeah, he's
a couple
30.
days ago.
He has
30.
two kids.
Oh my God.
He military service and everything.
Military service. Eligible.
Eligible
It's a grown-ass man.
Like, what are your thoughts on first,
good.
like,
Suck it.
He's a junior.
No,
He has another year.
Fully developed.
I think they gotta figure out. I think they gotta figure out something. What are your thoughts on the transfer portal? I know I'm simplifying. Transfer portal and NIL. I know those are huge topics. We're trying to like, kind of like
So
simplify it.
I think just like the most broad, general, true term I think I can make is that like I think generally it's a step in the right direction.
Okay.
And whether there's like uncomfortable or harmful consequences in the near term shouldn't detract from that. Like I firmly believe that the players should be compensated.
Absolutely.
Now, like obviously this introduces a bunch of other complications in terms of transferring and contracts and, antitrust and like there's way smarter people than me who need to figure all that out. As a fan, I'm like, college basketball's never been better. Like, there are parts that are broken. Like, I don't like that some of the mid-major or low-major conferences are just being like pillaged for their best players. Like, you see
exactly what's happening.
That's also the product of NIL because
There's no more
totally.
no Wichita State taking over. The
yeah,
game
so
in the
and then like
March Madness.
with expanding the tournament, you're probably just gonna have like more mid-major teams. But like if I look at that top tier of program, so first of all, I like that it's not just the same teams every year. Like there's some, new programs like within that Power Five. Like you see the SEC, you see the Big Ten, kind of like rising relative to like the Big East and the ACC, which historically were some of those dominant powers. But like, like Arizona, Michigan, Duke, like, dude, these teams are unbelievable. So I was must have been last season when Cooper Flagg, season before last when Cooper Flagg was there. I got to go see Duke play at Cameron.
Fire.
And I got to
Book a list.
that's my dream.
So I was like on the court. So they're warming up, and I'm like, I'm on the court.
What? I just got so jealous.
How'd you get on the court?
And I was like,
they could be playing Salem State. They could be playing Salem State at Cameron Indoor. And that's fine with me. They could be playing Salem High at Cameron Indoor. I need to be.
you got to go.
It's bucket list. Bucket list.
Whatever you got to do to get in, you got to go someday. But dude, I could not believe just the size of the guys. Like, it was just like, I played college basketball 15, 20 years ago. It's, I get that everything's different now, but like to see a team of that caliber up close, I'm like, this just wouldn't have existed. You wouldn't be able to like assemble all these pieces, without the benefit of transferring or some of the eligibility, changes that have been made. So I love that as a fan, but I do worry about maybe the consequences of when so much money is introduced and like you kind of have this gap, right? This gap in resources, and like, is it just going to be like everything else in society where like
the rich get richer?
The rich get richer, and then like everyone else is falling behind. So like they need to fix that somehow. They'll figure it out.
So
I hope.
My thoughts is that like paying players is a new thing. We'll just keep it's a new cool. For the sake of argument.
Okay,
it's a new thing. With any new thing, there's gonna be little things you gotta fix, and like nothing brand new is gonna be like, oh, here's the. Obviously, when they're like, all right, let's pay players. I don't think they expected like, damn, this like.
This could
happen.
This.
Like,
okay, we gotta.
A kid can have a run in Wichita State, and then like, oh yeah, he's playing for Kansas next year because Kansas is gonna be like, yeah, we'll throw you whatever amount of money.
Do you like millions? I do. Well, come over here.
Come to Kansas. We'll play you millions. So that is something that I think they needed like fixed a little bit. I don't know.
Fine-tune it. They got to fine-tune it.
I don't know whether it's
we'll figure it out.
A cap, a salary cap, maybe.
I think that's the thing they have to do.
But I also think
cap.
What college basketball and I think college sports in all needs to first like establish like you guys are a business. Let's stop this.
Right.
Stop this amateur. Like, stop it. You're a business. You're a professional. NCAA is a professional league now. You're paying players. So treat it as such. Have these players have agents. Now, a lot of these schools now have general managers, like literally GMs making moves.
Yeah, it's being professionalized, I think is what you're saying.
Absolutely. So I think, unfortunately, with anything, there's going to be positives and negatives, and some of those negatives are going to be that the smaller schools, those Cinderella schools that make it to the Final Four. It can happen because, again, you still got to play. You still got to play on the court.
True.
You know what I mean? Teams can win. Teams can lose. It happens. But, yeah, those Steph Curry chilling at Davidson's for 4 years, I think that's
one of the solutions that I've heard that makes a lot of sense to me is like the concept of transfer fees. Right, so if a guy leaves a mid-major and goes, there's in the same way if a mid-major coach goes to a high-major college,
that's another thing.
They have to pay, but they have to buy.
We just ignore that coaches do whatever they want. We're playing a lot of these players for transferring, but I seen coaches literally like I know this is college football, but Lane Kiffin left Ole Miss, and they were undefeated in the playoffs.
Season, not in the middle of the season, but
you know what I mean. So let's cool it on the kids moving when the coaches literally are going to school for the biggest paycheck. You know? So let's...
I mean, the way I think about it is like, why shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Right? Like, to me, and why does that appeal to me? Because it's the way I tend to think about the world anyway, right? Like to me, basketball was a vehicle to get an education. Right. So it's like, why shouldn't I use this skill I have to better my life, better the life of my family, better the life of like future generations? Like, that's kind of the point. And I mean, again, it's the same thing. To see people be able to do that, you know, do I worry maybe about how some of those funds are being used, or people make good choices? Are there necessary guardrails or educational programs in place where people are going to make the right decision all the time?
Right.
Probably not, but like that's kind of the world we live in, you know?
My only problem with it is back in the day, it felt like you're playing not to earn a contract, but basically to skyrocket your stock for the NBA, for the draft. So there was a lot more passion in it. And nowadays, because of the social media aspect, because of the NIL and other situations across, you are more doing it for what basketball gives you outside the court rather than just education. Because now some people don't even stay for long enough to even get that.
Yeah.
So they're just doing it for the clout, everything else around with more money and situations. So by the time they get to the next level, I feel like we're getting not a diluted product in a way, but just not as that hunger, that drive that we were accustomed to before they weren't getting paid.
It's definitely less dogs.
You gotta think.
Yeah, but the same thing is like
the bottom
it's not
like,
their fault either.
But it's not their fault. 'Cause now, what are we seeing now? We're seeing the the Boozer Juniors, and you're seeing a lot of legacy kids who didn't grow up in the inner cities, grew up with their father being an NBA player. You're seeing a lot of second, third generations who might not be as hungry because they, whether they make the league or not,
they just grow up with all the resources. Yeah, we're able to like take advantage.
What I wish, and I get the arguments against it. What I wish they would bring back is that you sit out 1 year when you transfer.
Yes.
So that's one of the things I've seen put out.
But I get the argument when like you're stopping a kid from like.
Well, you're still getting
an
education. That's
but again, like, yes, we are here to get an education, but a lot of players are here to get to the, you know what I mean, to the next level.
Yeah, I forget who I saw because I don't even, I should know the guy's name. But like St. John's, they just signed this transfer. I mean, you can't call him a transfer, but he's been playing in the EuroLeague.
Oh yeah, I was definitely going to mention. I see someone from the G League.
Yeah,
but they're saying, it's like, well, why would this guy leave? Because historically, the EuroLeague's been seen as like the next best league below the NBA. Right?
Yeah.
So like,
what happens when you get paid more at St. John's?
So he's going to make more at St. John's, and is the NCAA now better than the EuroLeague? Like maybe in terms of development, is it like
it's getting crazy because like you hear people like what's his name from damn it.
Was he the one in G League?
Pitino.
Rick Pitino.
Rick Pitino. He was talking about like he doesn't even want these kids from high school.
High school kids.
He's just trying to get these.
So this is like the other lens I try to view it through, right? Is like, well, what's going on with recruitment? So like historically, who gets recruited first? Historically, it was like the McDonald's All-Americans, and then they kind of made their way down to like someone like me who's like way down there. But then and then it's like there's this matching between the top high school recruits and the D1 programs, and then like the next tier down is like going to D2 and D3. Like now that's been all kind of reshuffled where, from what I hear from other coaches or conversations I have with college coaches, and then like talking to high school kids or prep school kids about their recruitment, is like really they're not showing interest or getting interest until the transfer portal is clear, right? So the transfer portal doesn't clear until like June.
Yeah.
And then where are they going to go? They're going to go to like JUCO actually, because like we got a bunch of grown men over here. We need other grown men to play against them. And then so now it's like it's not July or August until they're figuring out what spots are left for high school kids. Yeah. Right. So like if I'm a high school senior, I'm a post grad, I might not know where I'm going to college in September until it's like July or August. Right. Like
that's crazy.
So that's who I think it kind of harms. Just because of this, like, trickle down.
Yeah.
But, the path that I see a lot of people pursuing is like, well, I'm just going to go where I can play today and then try to play my way up.
Yeah.
Which, like, historically, when I was in high school, and still to some extent today, I think there's, like, a lot of pride of, like, well, I'm going to go D1 or I'm going to go D2 or D3. When it's like,
I felt like you just didn't know. Like JUCO wasn't like an option for some reason. Like
It wasn't brought up at all.
I feel like there was a lack of education with this path of basketball back then.
Back then, it was hard to see the path. Where like, oh, I can go to D3 for maybe my freshman, sophomore year, and then if I get a good look, I go to D1 after that. And no one really thought of it. They just wanted to. A lot of it was just like, I just want to say like, oh, I was a D1 athlete. A lot of it was that.
Playing overseas to serve, you didn't know how to.
It's also a lot of people had that
stigma,
that built-in loyalty too.
Yeah.
Like if I went to a D3, I'm staying. I'm like, I'm a D3 player, and I'm playing with this team. And
before I move on, that's one thing that I think the transfer thing has like been, to the fans. Like, I'm a big Duke fan. I know the roster no matter what happens. If you're a casual, let's say like Miami Hurricane fan, you might have. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to throw a shot. I'm sorry. But if you're like a casual, like I just said you because you're
Let's go. Keep going. Let's go.
A casual fan, every year you gotta learn a new team. So it's hard. It's hard to be like, yo, this is my squad, and then you're like, yo, who's on my team now? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't like.
Thank God Duke usually like.
I'm not a fan of the one and done thing.
I never was too because
like at least 3 years.
I think they should if you want to go to play in NBA out of high school.
I want to because it's by the time they're done with 4 years, I know there's a chance of getting hurt. You're messing up all that stuff. But after 4 years, you're a well developed like hooper at that point. Like where you can.
But the thing is like. Now we look at it like if you're like a junior, we're like, why is he still here?
Why is he still in college?
You know what I mean? We look down on like
there's less chance to get drafted.
Think about this. And
It's true.
I guarantee. I'm not saying guarantee, but I'll be surprised if y'all can name somebody. Who was the last 4-year starter who went to the pros and was like a high pick or a high? You know what I mean? Like a 4-year.
JJ Redick.
Curry.
Curry did 4? Or was that 3?
I'll probably go like Dame Lillard.
Draymond?
Damian Lillard.
Maybe Draymond. Maybe like.
Draymond.
I mean, Draymond's been talking a little much.
Damon did what?
Draymond,
3 years? 3 years?
Go on YouTube and watch Charles Barkley at Houston. Like, bro, you gotta look at stuff before you say
I haven't
things.
even tapped in because I was like,
No, I saw them. Just like, that's
I
ridiculous.
can't do it either.
I'm like, how on?
I got my own problems.
Yeah. Just like, I can't deal with this guy. All right. Unfortunately, we thought that we were going to have at least 3 or 4 more episodes to talk about a Celtics run, but it's not going to happen this year. Celtics did get eliminated.
Game 7.
Did we give our thoughts on this?
No.
What the hell did we talk about?
We didn't talk about
it. We talked about it like we're going to move on.
Because it was the day before
the
game.
Jacob Class episode is a lot of it assuming that the Celtics were going to win Game 7. When we recorded that, we didn't know Jason Tatum wasn't going to play.
Exactly.
Which I believe it's definitely we saw what happened to KD. We saw what happened to Halliburton. We saw like, oh, your calf hurts?
It happened to Tatum.
Nah, and it happened to Tatum. So they're just like, you know what? Like, let's worry about the future. But I also think they believe they're going to win without Tatum.
Yeah. Well, they got there basically without him.
So it's a weird start to the game. Why would you have that lineup first of all?
That's
starting 5. I thought that was crazy.
So here's the thing about the Celtics.
Why
I've been on the hill with like, no, shoot 1,000 threes. We won a championship this way. Keep going. This was the first time when I was just like, maybe that's not a good idea.
Okay, so my opinion on this has evolved. Sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the net. Yeah. Like psychologically, I think sometimes a team just needs that to like relieve whatever like tension or
and it was just a bad look because it's like especially on that like we were down 1 and shot 5 threes in a row.
It's also like who's shooting them sometimes. It's like, and I think what's hard for me was watch over the course of that series. Whatever. Obviously, things went right for the first 4 games, but it's like, game 5, game 6. It's like, they're getting good shots. Like these are good shots. Like you wouldn't not take them. If you had them again.
I do notice that with like the Celtics.
It's like they're open.
Yeah, exactly. They have like these open shots to take. They're just not making them for some reason.
So watching
their, like,
Game 7 and watching us come back and the vibe, the whole, everything was all working in such a good momentum towards this thing.
We all felt
and out of nowhere, it starts becoming, I'm just chucking the 3. Like whatever, right now, ha, ha. And it's not even like let the shot clock be the shot clock. Yeah. It's like not even
Find
2
a good
seconds, 2 seconds off.
You got time to get the efficient shot.
One more dribble, pass right there, open.
I also believe
it was just
and
chucking.
I
That
truly
ruined the momentum.
believe if one of those shots goes in, we win the game. If we take the lead,
Yeah.
we win the game. After all those missing Phillies, like, all right, eventually, I don't know what Philly was waiting for. They're like, I think we should probably just give the ball to Maxey. Yeah. In the last 2 minutes. And if you really look at it, if you didn't watch the regular season and you're just like, but you've been busy, I was like, Celtics against Philly playoff game. And if you see the rosters, Philly was a more talented team than the Celtics.
Of course, they've been a greatly built team
100%.
for the past couple years.
Unlucky for the Celtics, Joel Embiid might have had his only 3 healthy games of all season in that series.
I mean, he was like a man possessed.
There's nothing we can do about it.
It's like
zombie out there.
It's like he got out of his hospital bed. He's like, no, dude, this isn't happening again.
There's nothing we can do about it.
He was like Shaq, dude. I was like, this. I'm like, yeah, this is like what it used to be like when I watched Shaq play as a kid.
We were not equipped.
What we wanted him to be.
Yeah, like
We were
we
not
had like
equipped to cover.
so many different injuries.
He fell so many times, and every time I'm like, that might be it.
His appendix.
Dude, and he's like diving on the floor. I'm like, this guy just wants it. Like, I think this is another whatever. I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but like whether it's high school, even at the highest levels, like it just so much of it just comes to like physicality and hustle.
Yeah.
It's like you can have all the strategy, you can have the most talented players in the world, but like a lot of it just comes down to like all these things, like the 50-50 balls, like the possession battle.
Whoever wants it more.
Yeah. It's just such a hard way to go out. So before I came, and I had been curious about this, I looked it up, is like, and like I'm not the first person to say this, so I'm not going to take credit for it, but I do think the league is like switching back, or like going back a little bit in terms of going away from the 3-point shot.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And I think like historically the championship teams, like the teams that would have made it, I'm talking about recent history, that would have made it this deep into the playoffs tend to have had that higher 3-point attempt rate, where most of those teams, like call it the top 5 or 10 teams in terms of 3-point attempts, are like not in the playoffs anymore. And like Detroit, so teams like Detroit, San Antonio, even OKC, the Lakers to some extent, like they're all either around the league average or like below the league average. And I think especially to where just overall certain players' usage rate has gone way up. And that becomes harder and harder to do in the playoffs. Just because like it's harder to get your best player a touch. It's harder to get your best player a look. So in order to keep them involved and like allow them to keep creating, you see more of like the mid-range or like paint points becoming a factor. And like I think a lot of the games in this playoff run or season, whatever you want to call it, is coming down to like paint points. Right, as opposed to like that 3-point shot, and I don't know if that's a stylistic thing or like just the way teams are defending.
Especially like look at OKC. Yes, they shoot a lot of threes, but like their best player is someone who lives in the mid range.
Yeah,
SGA lives in the mid range. Anthony Edwards shoots a lot of threes, but he also attacks the basket a lot. LeBron's LeBron. I mean, they don't have Luka, and Austin Rivers is another person. They shoot a lot of threes, but he attacks the basket a lot. So it might be that the change in
it opens up
coincidence that Steph Curry's heading to the end of his career, and and the Clays doesn't shoot like he used to, and the big shooters, Dame Lillard's been out. Is that maybe a coincidence where these volume shooters are not? And especially like I'm sure the NBA teams watch the playoffs too, and they look at the Celtics like that's not sustainable anymore. Like what I mean? Celtics had their run a couple years ago, and it obviously, first of all, the personnel was different. That's the thing that bothers me. That like the person like. All right, if you have a team that could chuck a million threes, go for it. But when you have a whole roster like flipped like the Celtics did, you kind of have to look at it like, all right, yes, we'll shoot a lot of threes, but let's work some. Jaylen Brown can't be stopped in the post. Jason Tatum can't be stopped in the post. So let's incorporate that. And honestly, when you look at it, we love Mazzulla. I love his energy. I love everything he brings. But offensively, I think he's pretty handicapped as an offensive coach. I know this is not football, but an offensive coordinator come in, an assistant coach who kind of like, what's D'Antoni doing? I know he ain't doing anything. Call him up. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Don't call him out.
assistant coach. Not to run the whole thing. You know what I mean?
This is just keep running.
Real quick on the playoffs. Now that the Celtics are gone, is it really just the rest of the players really to see like if anybody can stop OKC? Is that really like?
In my mind, they got to be the favorite. Like I was talking to someone about it earlier today. It's just like I'm not sure they've even like had to play their best yet. Right? Like they've been like as dominant they've been the past series and a half or something. Like doesn't really feel like they've been tested. I think the Spurs are like closer than people realize, but probably still not quite there yet.
Right. I think one more year.
Like they probably need another year or two, like another piece or two. But like the other thing I think about with the Knicks, who I kind of assume are the favorite in the East, is like I think they have that toughness and that edge where I would just be curious to see how they went against OKC in a 7-game series. And like maybe the talent's not and the depth isn't there, but like and I say only, you got to beat them 4 times.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
My issue with the Knicks is it's going to be a problem every playoffs. Like I don't know if you can win a championship when your best player is 6'1" and short.
Well, Cat's been playing big.
Yeah.
Cat gonna bring you a championship?
He has to.
I like that.
He has to.
I thought
If they
the
wanna
same
win it.
thing. I thought the same thing, and then like they were struggling with the Hawks, and then obviously they weren't struggling with the Hawks at all. And then I think the way that they
carried
played
that,
against
kept going.
Philadelphia in these first, I know like Philly's got their own deficiencies. But I'm like, dude, he's won at every level. He won in
get it.
college. Like, can he just find a way? I don't know.
All right, so let's for argument's sake, Knicks against the OKC in the finals. Those are a lot of big wings, big guards. Like it's gonna be a problem for Jalen Brunson to get any shot he wants. Trust me, I think he's the best at moving around and using his body and using the angles and using scoring. But like when you put someone who's 6'7", 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan on you,
well, it's just, and then I think that's the other thing that I was factoring in, going through my own calculus is like most of the teams they're playing might have 1 or 2 guys who can guard them. It's different when the other team has like 3 or 4, and those guys are coming in and they're fresh.
The bench players, Casey Wallace or like.
you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I mean. It's like they've got him, they've got Dort, they've got Caruso. It's like they can give him so many different looks.
What's crazy is last night they just played, and I ended up watching. There was like SGA had 4 fouls. So
you up late to 30 games. You up late.
I woke up to the game. I was like, all right, I can watch the rest of the game. But he had 4 fouls, and usually when your best player has 4 fouls, your team stumbles a bit. Not at all. They sat him basically a whole third quarter, and said, to the point where I'm like, is he hurt? I'm looking at like where has he been? Yeah. And I see him cheering on the side. They don't need him to be that MVP every time he's on the court. The team is so well put together that
it's kind of crazy.
It's hard for me to see anybody else go up against them. And
by the time this episode comes out, there is a possibility they will have a top 3 NBA pick in the next year's draft.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
how to get Mitchell? How to get Mitchell last year? That was a great pickup.
No, first of all,
a couple years ago.
I don't know what Philly was thinking. I know he's not our favorite player, Jared McCain. I know he's not our favorite. He's not my favorite Duke player.
I thought that was your boy.
Nah.
I'm pretty sure it's your boy.
He was part of the big Nah. I love all my Duke teams, but
he was doing well yesterday too.
That Duke team that lost to you guys in the Final Four with Bencaro and McCain. I love them like a mother loves their kids. I'm supposed to love you. But I'm just like, you lost the 2 biggest games in Duke history. So I have and McCain with the TikTok, whatever. But I think Philly giving him up for nothing. That boy's hit like 12 threes in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
like okay,
good.
Like, yo, that was a great pick. Like,
that was a good pickup.
What? We could have used him. Celtics could have used him, McCain.
Philly could have used him.
I don't want him.
It's different.
Who they give up for him?
Nobody.
Literally nobody?
Nobody.
I don't know.
Some picks.
The trade either.
Because that's crazy. Because he's doing so well.
Here's the other thing. One of my favorite parlor games or tricks or whatever is if I ever meet someone or I get the chance to like spend time with someone who's played at a high level, like high level college, NBA, whatever, I always, if I get the opportunity, I'll ask, you know, how many guys would you see on an NBA team or whatever level team like actually care?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
You know, and like it's always something like 3 or 4. You know, it's very rare are they like, oh no, like every person there is like working super hard, super locked in. So and like, you know, we watch these guys on TV and we idolize these guys and we assume that, you know, what like they're putting their all into everything that they're doing. And even in the NBA, even with like the 8 teams that are left now, how many of those teams actually have 6, 7 guys that they can put out there on any given night? And I feel like OKC has that, right? Like
abundance.
like, do the Knicks have it? I don't know. Again, no, like these guys, whatever, they're way above anything that, you know, I'm doing basketball. But it's just like you can just kind of see it. You can see in people's body language. You can see it in the way they interact in the huddles. You can see it.
The chemistry of the OKC team is crazy.
Which also brings back the NIL situation I was talking before. It's they are, rather than 50-50 ball, if we both dive for that, we're getting great contracts. The one who actually cares about the game more is actually the one who's diving. The other one be like, nah, I'm not going to risk myself getting hurt for here. This is a job. This is a business. I need to keep going. I mean, well, others are like more reckless in it. I guess like obviously you got to be more smart with your
definitely.
But getting hurt, dude, the way he did, and I thought, oh, he's done for the playoffs. To come back, and then they end up taking that game 1 versus the Spurs. Like that right there, that's a dog.
I think that made
not many people do that.
Him doing that made Joel Embiid look horrible. Because bro, you should have played game 2. Well, minute restrictions. Get out there, bro. Just be a body. Like it's and he'll be like, oh, the team doesn't like. Listen, at the end of the day, if the players, I'm playing. You're gonna play.
If V is going to, it's like he's in war right now. The hip, the knees.
Also, I'm not
appendix 8 days before a game.
I'm not as tough on Embiid as a lot of people because
his body's been giving
when
us
he got drafted, when he missed the first 2 years, if you would have told me that he'd still be playing 10 years later and won a couple MVPs, I'd be like, that's a great career. So he's exceeded anything. The frustrating is like, when you're on the court, you're probably the best player on the court. You're just never on the court.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Okay, so I don't like to name drop, but I do. So I did have a teammate who was in the NBA, Jeremy Lin. And I remember I was living in New York, working in New York, and he was playing for the Nets. And I think one time I was at his apartment. And I'm like, walking around, crazy apartment in New York City. But I'm like looking, he's got his schedule on the fridge. And it's like, tiny print. And it's literally like every waking moment of his day for the next however many weeks is like planned out. And the schedule's crazy. The schedule makes no sense. There's no like day, night, East Coast, West Coast. It's like, we got to fly. We're going to go play this game. It's on the West Coast. It's going to end at like 1 a.m. East Coast time. And then you have to do the press. And then he's got to do like his, like whatever prehab routine after the game. And then he's like so amped up that he can't go to sleep. So now he's got to watch film. And now he's up till 4 or 5 in the morning. And now and then he's got to be up in a few hours to like go do shoot around or go to the next city.
It's tough.
So I'm like, I looked at this. And I'm like, dude, no matter how hard I worked or how much I dreamed or how bad, like, I don't think I could want it bad enough even to put myself through it. Like, I just physically don't think I could.
100% basketball at all times.
And that's like, obviously he's as gifted as anyone I know, like athletically, mentally, spiritually, but like, that's someone who's not even at the top. True. Like that's not even someone with the pressure of like being an MVP like Embiid or
face
or
of the
Tatum.
league.
That's why we need to step back and look at this freak of nature android LeBron James and just be like, how in the world?
That's why
like you just beat. Let's be real. You beat Houston by yourself.
Yeah.
A 41-year-old just beat a professional NBA team in 4 games.
He's been
Granted, KD didn't play. I'm tired of talking to KD. I'm gonna let you be. I'm just tired of like shitting on you. But like, you gotta get like, bro, 41 years old, and still having to wake up and do all those things.
Dude, I mean, I get frustrated. Like so I'm right, probably like everyone else, I'm on Instagram the day after the Celtics lose, and there's this clip of like Tatum and Embiid laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like disgusted. But I'm like, then I put myself in Jason Tatum's shoes. Like, dude, if I have like a couple of good weeks at work, you know, I'm like feeling like the man. I might not come in the next Monday and be like nose to the grindstone, let alone have made hundreds of millions of dollars in my life. Like, I think it's easy for
it's human nature to be like
human nature, dude.
That's how so hard to like repeat and win back to back because like you reach the mountaintop and you just gotta like you know that you have to exhale like I went.
His grind was like,
and now you have to like
his
rev
grind
up again and just keep.
But his grind was like just coming back from that Achilles.
Yeah.
Man. Like he probably feels like, finally, I'm back hooping. I made it.
Yeah.
So there's like this low level of like, how you gonna go that hard? Because that going a whole year recovering is like, that takes a lot out of you.
Mentally, yeah.
Mentally, yeah.
Did they ever say what, like anybody ask him what the conversation was about? Because I feel like it could be something easy as Joel going, thank you for not playing.
Oh yeah,
And you reacted like,
I think
you know, like,
I feel like anything
people-
Embiid says to you will probably make you laugh.
It's a little like harsh to expect like yo the team just lost. I want you all be pissed off
Yeah.
and crying and all that shit.
could have been just a
But
quick little haha and then keep going.
I don't
But
want to
they
get
always
through
try
this
to zoom on it.
episode. I think this is going to be my favorite topic we talk about. I mentioned Houston,
Houston.
and I think most people who watched the series, actually watched the whole season, knew exactly what they were missing:
Yeah.
a point guard.
Oh, yeah.
Several guards.
Several guards. Yeah.
Someone to pass the ball.
So it's a.
I truly believe that the age of having a pass first elite point guard is over.
I was gonna say the opposite.
Really?
I might be with you on this.
I'm curious to hear.
Because
All right.
I think the Houston especially, they've shown this playoffs that they need to bring it back.
So I, and not just Houston. I think there's a couple teams. I'm trying to remember who exactly. I want to say Detroit might have had one or two. You know, there's like enough teams that had these like late game collapses.
Yeah.
And like, you know, we talked
Rockets
about
had
some of the ones in
something, yeah.
college. Like,
Yep.
you know, it's like, yeah, would a point guard help? It's like,
Yeah.
like, do you need, and you know, I think like they often talk about the closer, right? Like you hear them talk about a closer, you need a closer. But like, who's going to be the person that's just kind of directing people? So I do think that like, okay, I think there's a lot of, I was a first point guard, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of romanticizing about the past first point guard.
Yeah.
I think it was like an era in time when like, if I just think like aesthetically about what the NBA looked like through the 90s and early 2000s.
Jason Kidd.
Steve Nash.
Yeah, like you know, Chauncey Billups. Just like every team had one. You had to have one
Yeah.
Team
in order to
had
be
one.
competitive.
Yeah.
And like, but just the way the offenses were, it was like, okay, you have this kind of like quarterback and like the top of the key is the line of scrimmage, and he's going to stand back and like all the action is going to unfold in front of him, and he's going to like facilitate the play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I think actually, and this is my hot take, is sort of everyone is a point guard now. Like everyone kind of has to have like a certain amount of playmaking and decision making and passing ability. Like, dude, some of the stuff, and I don't know, I don't want to make fun of anyone. Like some of the passes Keita made during the season on the Celtics, I'm like, dude, if this had happened if you saw Big stepping out to the top of the key and like throwing no look backdoor passes, people would be like losing their mind.
Joel Embiid had one a couple games ago, and I was just like, what the and you see LeBron do it all the time.
Dude,
It's like, you didn't even see anybody. Oh, yeah.
It's like these guys, you know, so, and like, I think the other thing that's evolved is like the point of attack is now not the top of the key or like the wing. It's like that point of attack in an NBA possession is constantly shifting around. And you don't know who it's going to be. And like, you know, one thing I've noticed that's happening in the playoffs, because I don't watch as closely during the regular season, and like, I don't think all the teams break out all their schemes in the regular season, but like, and you know, I first noticed it with the Pacers is like have you noticed these guys, like, they roll the ball up? Like, this used to be a thing if you want to, like, save a couple seconds at the end of a game.
Yeah.
And now they're doing it all the time,
Yeah.
right? Like, almost every possession in some games, you see them doing this. Is like, whereas normally, at some point, they were starting the offense at the top of the key, like 25 years ago. And then, like, as the three-point shot became more valuable, that started, like, moving out to, like, half court, right? Because, like, guys could shoot from further.
Yep.
And, like, now you see teams initiating that point of attack, like, sometimes well behind half court. Yeah. And you see, like, the guys scooping up the ball, and there's guys, like, running full speed, 50, 60 feet into their action. And, like, these are fast guys. Like, it's crazy. Like, the speed that these plays are unfolding. And the way I watch the NBA, I watch it on my iPad usually or my phone, even live, and, like, I'll just, like, keep rewinding, like, show me that, what was that action again? Like, what was going on the weak side? Like,
coolest part about the,
like, where did that guy, like, what is it, like, what defender were they trying to put in no man's land to force him to make a decision? And, like, okay, what decision did he make this possession? What decision is he going to make? Like, how are they going to change? There's, like, this whole chess match unfolding, right? Mm-hmm. But, like, this trend where the offense is starting so far in the back court, to me, is, like, insane.
Yeah.
It's like
the spacing on the
court.
The
spacing now is like they're using the whole court.
You could easily ISO. The way they have this all spaced out, you could probably put anyone on the island. Before, everything was just so close.
So congested. Yeah.
Which made it more difficult to drive in.
And I also believe the reason I said, like, I don't see the pass for point guard was a little bit what you said. Like, I don't think it's needed as much. Listen, New York was struggling. The Knicks were struggling against, who was it? The last series. I forget who it was. Hawks, right? Mm-hmm. What they did is took the ball out of Jalen Brunson. Now they're running their offense to Towns. And they've won 20-point wins in the last 4 or 5 games. Yep. So a lot of, like, LeBron, you move off. So now you can literally, like, 5 players on the court, you can literally run the offense from any point you want.
Yeah. So the thing that I believe that mostly changed was the fact that pass first point guard was always a veteran. Mm-hmm. And we're no longer having that veteran on these teams. So now the league's becoming basically positionless. Yeah. It's literally from point guard to forward. It's just guard and forward, but you can change it.
It's just like 6'9" wings. Like, it's like, let's just get.
I think it's at the point that, like, if you can, how in baseball it's like a 5-tool baseball player, you can bat, you do all. Mm-hmm. If you can't do everything as an NBA player, they might, like, if you're
not even great
right now. If you're a big man and you can't shoot, there might not be a place for you in the league.
Well, I think this is the other thing about it too, and, like, this could go back to the conversation about, like, the proportion of 3s and 2s and everything. Mm-hmm. Is, like, so many teams are just switch everything, right? It's like, how do you navigate a bunch of different actions at once? You just switch. So then, what does the other team do? They start making these 3-way. Split actions, different actions, a screener action, where now you've got to navigate a 3-way switch. But this is why I think, like, the undersized point guard is, like, an endangered species or whatever, because it's hard to put, no offense to Brunson or Van Vliet or any of these guys, it's hard to put them out there. You can, like, Trae Young's probably one of the simplest examples. Yeah. In that type of defense, right? But you kind of need that type of defense to counteract the 3-point shot and then some of the pace. But I don't know. I feel like it's coming back.
I feel like it's coming back too. I feel like it is needed in the game. Yeah, that level of, like, ball security
and just matters. Organization. Just
depends on your team.
Like, think about, like, now these days you'll have, like, a Luka, Harden, and all these other, but they get high turnovers. Back when it was like J. Kidd, John Stockton, his turnover to assist ratio was crazy.
Still insane. Never gonna be beat.
Dude,
never. Like,
I mean, there was another. I forget. So there was a sequence. Like, you got, like, everyone knows the 2-for-1 now. Mm-hmm. Of course,
so the Celtics just.
Yeah, they love the 2-for-1, and then there's, like, 3-for-2.
That's the Chris Paul rule.
But then, dude, I was watching. There was, like, I think it was the end of the second half, maybe last night, of the OKC Lakers game, and it was, like, under 2 minutes. And it was, like, somewhere, it's like, I'm like, are they going for, like, a 5-for-4 or 6-for-5 or something? Because, like, both teams were coming down and just, like, immediately scoring right in the paint. Like, it was, like, the fastest pace of
Analytics, man. Everybody, it's all about numbers.
Yeah.
But so, and then I wonder, I'm like, okay, so I'm watching this all unfold, and like there's 10 guys on the court who are obviously all sort of aware of what's going on. And to me, this is like so much further advanced than like the type of end of game clock management that you would have seen kind of in this heyday of the
Oh, yeah.
So like, I think there's that part of it. The other thing I think, I just want to make this point in general, and I know we're kind of running late on time,
good.
is I just think like the skill level. Like I think about this. So I had this experience when I was living in Utah. So I've kind of lived all over. The way I entertain myself or occupy myself is like just find pickup basketball run or like find a men's league or whatever. But I remember this must have been like 4 or 5 years ago now. So I would have been in like my mid 30s, and like when I grew up playing basketball, it's like you had like one step and one dribble, and then like you like if you want to change direction, you do like plant and change direction. Now it's like one step, one dribble. Like the image in my mind is like Isaiah Thomas, like in the 80s, just or John Stockton.
I'm the ball away. Yep.
But then so I'm like in this men's league, and it's it's mostly guys in their 30s or older. But there was this group of high school kids. Like I think it was in the summer, and they had just graduated high school, so they're all like 18 or 19. Like they're probably just old enough to play. And I was like, holy shit! Like playing against and these are not like, they're not college players. They're not like high school All-Americans. They're just like normal high school kids.
Right.
And there was something about like their rhythm and pace and timing that I could just not. It was like I had encountered like some different
Alien
species.
offense.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, so I had that experience, and I was like, okay, I gotta like figure something out. I gotta like go back to school. I gotta like deprogram or untrain whatever I think basketball
was.
It's no longer. It's
That's
evolved.
what I've been doing too, rewiring it. Because think about like things like this, like the step through that was. We used to do like the pivot was kind of like Kobe Jordan like footwork. Now you're allowed to freaking do that extra step.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea what a travel is.
So
I agree.
did you watch? You watched the game last night, right?
I watched the first half.
Okay. There was a Google commercial that someone asked, "Hey Google, what is whatever move this is, so travel is in the NBA?" And it went down. It was like the longest commercial I've seen in a long time. And then they just going off for what this is, what that is, what a step through is, and the fact I'm sitting there like. It's because everybody like me or like you, like us, the older generation, we think this stuff is travels.
Yeah.
This commercial just proved to like, oh no, the rules have changed. You get this extra called a zero step. I'm like, no, that's a travel.
Right now, that was the first time I've ever heard that term. A zero step? Never
The commercial literally explained it so well. I'm still looking like,
So now
still think this is travel in my mind. Like in my mind says that I physically cannot be doing that on the court.
So imagine playing against a game with 9 other players doing that.
Exactly.
Doing
so
like
this
little scapegoat, like they're trapped in trouble. They can take an extra step around you. Like, whoa, you just left your pivot,
dude. I mean, so this conversation started coming up in the middle of the high school season, where it's like, oh, do you think your team, like, who's better, this team or your team? And for me, this is like a very easy question to answer. I'm like, it's this team. And here, like, and this is my logic. Like, if I went to bed and it was 2004 and I woke up and it was 2026 and I had to guard Nate Lane or Elion that night, it's like, dude, I wouldn't even know what was going on. I would be so confused about, and like, I don't know if you guys know this guy, like Slim Dookie Hoops is his Instagram. But he has this whole thing. It's about like
I have to look it up now.
It's a weird name, but
it's a great name.
But he calls like the desensitization. It's where like you see people doing this so much, it just like seems natural or normal or whatever. But I'm like, go out and try to do like when you see these like even in high school kids, some of the footwork or the step backs or some like the gathers on their way to the basket.
Yeah. How many Euro steps we saw when we watched P2P? It's like
100.
Every kid
can
got
do
that
it.
Euro down.
Yeah.
And for us, I remember being like working on it, trying to
that
get it.
pro hop.
Everybody.
Derrick Rose
The Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm just like, and that's why I made a point of like getting on the court with certain guys because I'm like, I just want to see, and I had another experience. I went and I watched a Pac-10 or a Pac-12 team before the Pac-12 dissolved, basically. But I went to watch them. They had an open run. I got to like sit, on the sideline, right, and watch, and a mediocre Power 5 team, and though I couldn't believe the way the ball and the players were moving.
Yeah.
Around the perimeter was like unbelievable,
Evolution of the game.
Absolutely.
But I just wish it was real quick. Last point about the point guard. I think like anything, like the centers, like it takes one player to change the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes one point guard that comes from God knows where Kansas,
get someone
who's just going to
random.
be an elite ass point guard.
15
and now
assists
everything
a
has to
game.
change around him.
40 assists a game, yeah.
It's just going to be like
Breaks the record of rookie season. Like, oh,
It's like, no, when Shaq came in, you had to all right, now we need 4 big men on our
Yeah,
team.
we need-
KD, yeah.
Yeah, you got to
The
change.
unicorn
'cause
show
there's
up
a player
and
who's
everything
going
back.
to change. So
Kristaps Porzingis, Wemby.
I think there is something about it, like because you brought it up, you shared it with me as like a concept to maybe talk about. So it got me thinking about it a little more. And it's like, well, why did people like it? I think like the game was just like a little bit easier to digest or follow when the game looked like that.
Yeah.
And then like this idea of like the selfless superstar, right? Like he's only out there to facilitate for other people, right? He's not really looking for his own glory
like that
necessarily.
concept is going to be tough for someone to grasp. Like,
Well, it's
Like what's his worth? How do you pay someone?
You can't measure it today.
it's
like,
tough.
yeah.
Well, he's not really getting 28 points a game. Who is this guy?
It's the Tommy points, all the other hustleness.
You got to prove we're winning.
yeah.
He has to be like a winner.
Plus minus or something.
Yeah.
But it must definitely plus minus because there's so many like on defense. It's no longer the guy defending man up. It's what you're doing as I'm doing this.
Yeah.
It's just your little assist right there on defense just to put him back, to run back, tip the ball over here.
We're talking.
Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso is a perfect example that he, on defense, if he's man up on you, he's great. But what he does around the court, the team defense, that right there,
I think you had to be.
That matters. Some people
that gets you the check.
I know,
Some people
obviously,
don't.
we'll just pick up it. Like what it was Elion talking about a couple episodes ago. He's just like, I don't even see the person in front of me. Like these hoopers, they're worried about the team defense. They know you're cooked, bro. You're not guarding me. If you're that good, that person in front of you has no chance.
Even good defense is like if you're
good-
that good offensively,
There's nothing
there's
you
no
can do about
defense
it.
that's
Like,
gonna
you know
stop
what I mean?
you.
Right.
Shout out to Leon.
And we could talk about this for hours, but unfortunately, we do have to move on.
All right. It's your show, man.
No, I know. But trust me, I want to.
You're coming back. It's not gonna be 100 episodes.
That was
Hoop Talk 101.
That was good. People are going to be watching this episode and being like, this is going
I
to
know
be
I'm nervous. I'm like, I don't share a lot of this publicly, so I'm worried that like people are
Oh,
like,
please.
dude.
The things we've said on this mic before, like, trust me.
Gems.
I love gems. We have reached my favorite part of the show, the DJ Bofka set of
You are now in the mix with DJ Bofka.
The DJ Bofka set of questions is a game we play at the end of every episode. It's a simple game. I give you 2 different choices. You just pick one or the other one. First question is always the same: Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
All right,
I'm gonna
let's
stay
move on.
consistent. I remember the last time this came up. I was ready.
Quick.
There's only been 1 or 2 people that switched, I think.
That's all I need.
I think it's crazy. But
What would you rather have? A championship ring or a gold medal?
Well, what championship ring?
Whatever championship you want.
The state championship ring from when we lost to UC.
That's the championship ring you want,
or gold medal.
Or
I feel you on that.
Or a
I feel
gold
you
medal.
Keep the medal.
I absolutely feel you on that.
Yeah, right.
Getting especially because we got real close to championship.
Oh, yeah, another one. I think you guys
we
lost
end
in
up
the same
lost.
round.
Yeah, same round.
It was our clones team.
Yeah, that's a bad one. But every time you brought it up, how you feel. Every time I think about the championship, I think of my year. I'm like, so close. Thank you guys for doing it for us, but so close. So yeah, I don't even see the Olympic being as important anymore because the U.S. has so many.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's like we're supposed to get gold like every time.
Yeah.
We're in every sport. Where NBA or football or NFL, it's so much harder to get that championship.
I think rings just mean more if you just look at the evidence. Like, we don't say
true,
like,
true.
oh, yo, Melo has 5 gold medals. We don't bring up Melo's gold medals. We just, what do we say? He has 0 championships.
In basketball, it doesn't feel, to your point, like it doesn't feel like the pinnacle of the sport. Like if you're a swimmer or you're
True.
a track athlete, like you probably don't care, or maybe you do care about the U.S. track and field championship.
Or like the
Because
Pan
NBA
Am,
has
whatever.
the best competition in the world.
yeah.
So it's like this is a pure form. This is the best of the best.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
When they're there. If you think about the world, think about all their rosters, just watered down. Of course, you'll get like Jokic. You have like Jokic, like a Luka, and the rest of the
Maybe we
squad.
never know about.
Every Luka levels,
They should do a Olympic All-Star type team. Get, like, I know it's gonna be mostly NBA players, but like
all the players, the entire
the
world.
best players on every team for like actual All-Star game.
We're going to play the aliens?
No, you play each other like East versus West, same
World
situation.
versus
Eastern Hemisphere
Mars.
versus Western Hemisphere?
Yeah,
That'd be
Let's
crazy.
be real. Let's be real. If U.S. played the world, we're getting slapped.
Nah.
Sorry. Yes, we are.
it didn't happen this year, but yeah,
Those
it
little,
should.
those little dumb little all-star tournaments don't mean nothing. I'm talking
That's
about.
why I'm saying Olympic
and a lot
style
of-
version of it.
A lot of Luka
that-
didn't
that's gonna
play.
care.
A lot of players
like
didn't
a lot
play.
more.
I believe,
The
and I'm
rest of the
sorry.
world don't play defense.
That's not
Just one
true.
game.
No.
That's not true.
I know you sound like European.
That's been a thing since the 2000s.
Nah, think about the
That has
a lot of
changed.
European players.
Wemby, literally European, is defensive player of the year. Rudy Gobert has 7 of them.
Wemby's new. That's
Rudy.
That's
He hasn't
something.
been Americanized yet.
Yeah, so it's an accent, so it doesn't count.
In a 7-game series, U.S. versus world, the world's gonna win.
No, I'm taking US.
Players now, at their age now,
Think about the USA.
5, 6
the
years
USA
ago,
team.
U.S.
Maybe.
versus the world, yeah, it's tough.
Think about the USA
5 years
team.
ago, maybe U.S. got it.
I don't know when was the last time the U.S. had an MVP.
That point.
Technically Joel, but that's not count. Doesn't count either.
I don't think that counts.
It doesn't count.
He's
Well, I
been-
guess he plays for the U.S. in the Olympics.
But he's also
He also
lived in
played for
America
France,
longer
so,
than
like,
anywhere
I
else.
don't know.
James Harden or something.
Probably.
That was what, 2016?
And you
Russell
see how well
Westbrook.
he's doing in pressure situations.
Just, all right.
All right, next one. Sorry.
My bad.
Almost waited it. I was like, I'm not gonna talk about Harden. Like, I'm sick of talking about him failing in the playoffs. I just got to give him one shot before we go. I know he's watching. All right.
Hey, James.
Who would you take, Donovan? Hey, James. Donovan Mitchell or Tyrese Maxey?
That's tough.
Wow.
I was proud of myself on that one. I think that's a good. When I don't,
In what sense? Like build a team around or like last shot?
They're both center point guards, right?
sure. If you were picking a
Guards.
player, like this is like a fantasy draft, I guess.
I don't know. I think Maxey maybe just because of his age. I lived in Utah for a while. I got to see a lot of Donovan Mitchell, which was awesome.
Facts. There we go.
Like at that time, he was like
he was the star of the
phenomenal.
team.
Yeah, and
He's a star in Cleveland.
yeah, and like
Yeah, it's been right now.
it's a
With
little
James.
yeah. It feels like a little
It
different.
wasn't until James Harden
It's
got
James.
there.
Did James Harden look like a star to you?
Looks
No,
right now more than,
Yeah, let's not
more
act
than
like
Mitchell
he
is.
hasn't had like
No,
good
I-
seasons the past 2 years.
I don't think he's
Like,
been the best player on the team.
I think Mitchell's had that team. you know, on his
I would
Yes,
say-
it's been him.
What
When
is
him and
James
Garlow is definitely him. But for now, past couple weeks, months,
I don't know. I
think James
I
will
think
take it.
That's Mitchell's
Maxey.
team. I would go with Maxey because
I think Maxey.
in the fourth
I'm
quarter,
going
like if we
Maxey.
really broke it down, in the fourth quarter, who do you want with the ball? I'd go Maxey
I
because
think
I've seen it.
I go Mitchell.
I've also
Mitchell
seen.
hasn't gone past the first round ever. I think.
Okay.
I think he just did this for the first time.
yeah, but if
No, he
like,
went
If it was like a
in the. Oh, that was the bubble.
I
But
don't
yeah.
know, a clutch situation, I feel like I've seen a lot of Mitchell clutch moments.
That's true.
But I feel like Maxey is so much harder to guard,
I think he's the
That
fastest
is-
player in the NBA.
He's mad quick, but like
Well,
and it sets up other things.
Donovan out here dropping like 70 if he
They're
wants.
both amazing players.
Did he like?
They're both amazing players.
I
just
picked Donovan
aesthetically,
Mitchell.
I think I like Maxey better.
Yeah.
There's
When-
something about the way
when
he
I'm
plays.
comparing
Yeah.
two players, so let's be honest, they're pretty close to each other. When I'm comparing, I was like, all right, what's the deciding factor? Who's more clutch? Who's more like? And I'd pick
Better
Maxey.
defensive.
I pick Maxey because I see Mitchell.
I think Mitchell's a
I
better
saw
defender.
you what you did the last couple years for
Mitchell's a
Cleveland.
better player.
He hasn't been playing well this playoff series.
He hasn't. But
So
Yeah, but I don't judge someone off of like one game.
he always like if I did, you need to be like the player. Like what like?
I was gonna say that, but like
I think I might be taking Cade over them both. But that's
I
probably
think-
cheating.
I like Cade.
That's why Kate wasn't in the
That's
question.
cheating. Yeah, that's
I'll
He's
take
also
Cade.
almost like
too.
6'10".
yeah.
Kid's a big guy. He's basically a forward playing.
Yeah,
point
if
guard.
Detroit doesn't get another someone to help him out, they're never gonna go anywhere either. All right, there's gonna be 2 new NBA franchises coming sooner than later. Which one would you rather be drafted to, Vegas or Seattle?
I'm gonna go Seattle.
Yeah.
I think for culture, I think.
So I never had been to the Pacific Northwest until later in my life.
Yeah.
And like when I went, whether it's Seattle or then having a chance to go to Portland, I could I would just like imagined a whole different alternative universe
Yeah.
where I moved there after college and like just that was my life. But
I've never seen the Pacific Ocean.
Me neither. You know what's weird? I haven't seen it either, and
It's a long flight.
you gotta go.
I for some reason want to go to
Have
Seattle.
I seen?
You gotta go
I don't wanna see
to
it.
Cameron Indoor
Yeah.
and then go
Seattle.
Portland or Seattle.
Same week.
I gotta make
That's up on the list.
I'm planning out your honeymoon, dude.
You're right. There you go. Go to Cayman first. Get married there.
Get married to Cameron.
bro. What?
Coach K can officiate.
Coach K.
I'd be in
Coach K
tears.
marries you guys.
I'd be in tears the entire ceremony. Imagine getting married, Coach K officiating. What?
I'll be crying.
He
I'm
looked
sure.
like-
I'm sure I've had this in a dream sometime. I'm sure that's.
He definitely looked like a priest. I can just picture.
Yo,
Coach
they
K
interviewed him after we lost, and he was like he coached. He was pissed, like he was the one coaching.
Yeah.
He was pissed. You shouldn't have retired. You had at least more 5 or 6 years. I like Shire, but
Team USA.
he's not even a Team USA one anymore.
You dropped out of that too? Oh yeah, Steve Kerr was
he
it.
retired from like.
That's a lot for the
Well, he's
heart.
an
what
old
annoys me?
man.
He's
He's
You
an
know
older
what annoys
man.
me? I understand coaching
A lot
is
for the
hard.
heart.
I understand it's a lot.
Just like Pop.
But if you're gonna coach, stop coming to the games. If you're not gonna coach, Coach K's at every fucking Duke game. Okay, like bro, just pick up a clip.
No,
you're
no,
already
no.
there. You're already there. Just,
It's the stress on your heart.
I get that. I know.
He's an older man.
Hard job.
It's a
I know.
hard
When I was
job.
there, he like comes out and like everyone stands and cheers. It's like he's like still the
I
biggest.
seen him
celebrity in
at
the world.
when they
Boston,
every time they
DC.
come to Boston, every other year they come to Boston.
Yeah.
I see him in literally when he walks out, everybody's oh shit, it's Coach K. It's Coach K. Yeah. Like the room gets cold and shit. Like, it's
him.
Coach
It's
K.
him.
Most wins ever. Y'all team don't know nothing about that.
We got more rings than us.
Anyways, next question. Summer's coming up soon. Are you a beach or a pool guy?
Beach.
Hell yeah.
I go to the beach in the winter.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm crazy.
What's there?
All right.
well now I know. Now I need to know what's the temperature.
I mean, I'm not swimming.
I hope not.
Okay.
But like
it could be
how
90
cold would it have to be for you not to go to the pool? I mean the beach. Like if it was
don't know.
60,
I
it was
took-
60 out, you still go?
Oh, and like spend a day there. Like I'll take my we'll go to Winter
just
Island
chill
and
and
walk
shit.
in the snow.
Walk in the snow. Huh.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
There we go. All right.
I'm not.
By the wall.
That's not snow was not what I thought you would say. Like,
I mean,
oh,
I'm
yeah.
not like laying out. I'm not like
tanning.
Let the willows. All right, where did I leave off? All right. Speaking of coaching, this is a coach question. Your team is up by 3. There's
I'm
10
not fouling.
You're not? That's the question.
I know I'm wrong, but I just
Bro, I'm not following. All right.
to me it's like
how
too
much
much
time's
can go
left?
wrong, dude. Like make them advance the ball.
All right, let me
make
just
them
get the
advance the
question.
ball.
Let me get the question out so they know what
Okay,
we're talking
all right,
about.
sorry.
Yeah.
I knew where you were going. I was like,
Yeah.
no. I
The
got
question is, you're up 3, 10 seconds left. Do you foul or do
seconds.
you just play defense? I'm not fouling. I feel like that's some sucker shit. Like I'm sorry. To me, that's kind of like
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the gimmicks and little things.
because you
like
never
that.
know. You never know. Like
chess
God
piece.
forbid, you want to listen. You're dealing with
Hits me as it threw-
human players. You know, and you can tell them, hey, if they're gonna shoot, don't foul. But in their head, they're thinking foul anyways. So that's when you get a 4-point play. And I would I'd rather play defense.
If I lose
make
on a
them take a
4-point
tough
play,
shot.
I'm breaking a clip
If you
on
hit a leaning shot and you tie the game, you deserve that. Good shit.
So I also think, and this obviously is part of the math, but like I think it's hard. It's hard to secure a rebound on a foul shot. consistently. Like it's not a guarantee.
No,
Right.
and it only takes a little tap that goes to the rim.
Or like, and like all teams all have a set play for that now. It's like where they're gonna, run some sort of
You're gonna just switch sides and
distraction or something.
Yeah.
So like I just it's hard for me to imagine telling my team to put themselves in that situation. Even though I know, the math says it's the right thing. I just can't.
I think if we watch the game, I think most coaches don't foul.
And sometimes it screws them over. Like sometimes teams
True.
come down and screw, and like, but
is
I can
what it
live
is.
with. I don't know.
You can
I
live
don't know
with
why
a-
I can live with that.
If you're
but-
up by 3 and you hit a half court, leaning
can
3
only
people
tie.
on you, 3 to tie,
Okay.
power to you. Let's go to overtime. Like you know what I mean? I'm not. But if you foul, he hits one, misses the second one, gets the rebound, scores again. Now you're down, and you're like shit.
And how many people nowadays just back rim it so it bounces right back to the shooter?
yeah, guys practice it. I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong, but I'm not gonna do it.
I think you're right, man. I think listen.
Yeah, I agree.
As long as if the
Not
coach
fouling.
puts his whole mind into it, like, hey, we're not doing this, and you stick by that, I respect it. Like it just didn't happen, but so many people were like, "Oh, I should have done this. I should have done." No. Just make a decision. Make a decision and live
And
with it.
I think part of it too for me is like, to me that's like disrespectful to the game.
Yeah.
It's like, even though it's the same as like fouling when you're down, to me like fouling when you're up, I'm like, that's just like,
It's weird.
Oh, you mean
like
to
get
score the
81
most
83
points
points?
since Kobe Bryant? You mean you talking like
Score
that?
83 points.
I mean, that's nuts. I don't even.
That was
I
nuts.
still can't believe that happened.
that
weird.
didn't happen.
Yeah, I forgot that happened. That's the craziest part.
Because the
Ask
way
Bam,
it
he'll
did.
tell you what happened anytime he can. Anytime he's in front of a mic, he's gonna bring it up.
I would too, but
in my brain,
I wish it would happen differently.
The rug, that 83
Yo,
points.
I've never
I
seen
think it's something. I'm like, that doesn't count.
I've
Yeah,
never,
it's an asterisk next to
never
it.
seen Laker fans so upset over a game they didn't play ever in my life.
Yeah.
There was literally the group chat was on fire after that.
The craziest thing to me, so I thought when I opened up the box, because I woke up the next morning and I was at the gym and someone's like, Bam scored 83 points. I was like, what?
Out of all people.
I was like, Bam out of bio on the Heat? But I thought I was going to open up the box score and see that he made like 20-something threes. He didn't even make that many threes, but he shot like 40-something.
He broke the record for most free throws.
Well, it was like 43 free throws.
which is crazy because Wilt
He
had
shot more
that
free
record.
throws than shots, and he scored 83 points.
he shot more free throws than Wilt when he scored 100.
Yeah,
That's to tell you everything.
yeah.
Dude, so I ran.
Yo, but if
Yeah.
you watch that game, there's a lot of and ones, yo.
But it's also,
so he gets fouled.
I think
but his team's also fouling to get
The
the ball
scoring,
back.
Yeah, yeah.
everything is legitimate. Everything is good until about 3 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, it's like-
then it becomes a little cartoon league-ish. It becomes a little like, you know what I mean? It's like,
What do you
what's
have?
going on?
67, 68, something like that. Like maybe
a good game.
just
That's
hit
a good game.
maybe just hit 70 points.
Yeah, I think it was like
And then
72.
The rest of it
where,
just was like,
legit,
all right.
He was making.
I blame- but I also blame-
It wasn't impressive before.
I
I've
blame
never
the
seen him
Wizards
act-
too, because like
Very out of
at 3
character.
minutes, left, you see as a Wizards, you see what's going on.
Yeah, you can't go.
Flagrant foul every time from
Well,
the
dude, so
Wizards.
I-
I'm tackling you every time.
Oh,
You're
he's
not
get-
scoring.
He's getting fouled and
Bro,
scoring.
you're not hitting him hard enough. You're not hitting him hard.
Wrap up.
Two people were like,
Tackle him. Like, tackle him.
I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but I read so after Bam's game, I read an article about Wilt's game, and apparently someone who played in it had said on the record,
Similar things happen.
well, similar, but that I forget it was if he was playing for Philadelphia at the time,
Yeah.
maybe.
Mhm. Yeah.
So they were losing. Wilt's team was losing. The other team was up. But the other team was fouling other players so that once they put it together that like, oh my gosh, this guy's trying to score 100 freaking points on us. We can't let this happen.
Yeah.
They start fouling everybody else.
As you should.
So they
Like-
can shoot rather than him.
Rather, so
As
it's
you
just
should.
like whatever we got to
Like a hack
do.
and
Still
sack.
And he still got 100 points.
got 100 points.
If
I
I'm
would
the
I would
Wizards
respect
coach,
that. That's crazy. All right,
Yo.
buddy. We tried, bro.
I'll be like,
so
listen,
it did exist.
like, I don't care about, if I'm the coach, I don't care about this win. I don't care about nothing else than stopping this man from scoring. I don't give a fuck if you, I would literally, 12 person on the bench, 5 flagrant elbow, whatever. I'll take whatever fine.
It's a bounty on him.
A bounty, do whatever you need to do. Whatever
There's
you need to
something
do.
about it being him though.
Yeah.
And dude, I think he's amazing. He's
Yeah.
like cheat code, whatever.
Everybody
Like,
starts
yeah,
saying
just
about
like-
how athletic and how gifted he is in practice. He just doesn't have the opportunity to do that on the court. And I guess this is the first time he
Then
actually
you
got
score
to.
11 the next game.
I
It's
just
kind
don't.
of like
I don't.
That pissed me off the most. I'm like, you couldn't get 20 in the
Like
next?
an 18-8 player.
His like
for him to score.
his average was like 16 at the time.
Yeah,
And it went up
his most
like crazy.
His most ever was like 32 points or something like that prior to that game.
I don't know how we got it. I got it to Bam.
That's just crazy when you think about it.
Fouling
Where the hell
late.
did I- Is that even real?
Fouling late.
Oh yeah, fouling late. That's what we got to Bam. All right, who's gonna have a better season next season? John Moran or Trae Young?
oh boy.
Oh boy. The guy who plays.
So we don't know where Jaw's gonna play.
Right.
No. Maybe Memphis.
Neither does he.
Yeah.
But he should
Maybe
be healthy.
Miami.
I mean, I
That-
gotta, yeah, dude. If he ends up stuck at Memphis and then they won't trade him or whatever the situation, I don't even know what his
He needs
contract
to get
situation
traded.
is.
That
It's
whole
gotta be
situation.
trade just by virtue of like.
Yeah.
I feel like
If he
he
stays
stays in
healthy.
Memphis, it's gonna hinder his career.
You
hell-
trades with Washington
Washington now with Anthony Davis.
and Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
No, Jordan Poole got
No.
traded.
No, he's on. Jordan Poole's on.
Where did he go?
New Orleans.
Pelicans.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
He's on the Pelicans.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I forgot. I was like, he was hurt.
Yeah, but he's not playing. Like, bro, he wasn't. I had him on my. I had to drop him on my fantasy team.
He was doing great.
great. He was getting DMPs, bro. They were literally not. The
So
Pelicans
so
were
were
not playing Jordan Poole.
were
That's
they
when I was like, I gotta
also
release this guy because
were they also tanking?
No, they can't take because they didn't have a draft pick. So there's no
he
point.
came
I
back
think I
like-
want to see
Oh,
Trae
true.
Young do well.
I do too.
Not that I don't want to see John Moran. I want to see everybody do well, but
I think he's gonna succeed on the Wizards. Not succeed, but
Here's my
for the Wizards.
here's my hot take.
Yeah.
Here's my hot take. You know who should play for Memphis? Nobody. They get to move the team the fuck out that city.
No,
there should be no
yeah.
reason.
They're already doing it. They're going
No,
to
no,
be
no,
in
no,
Nashville.
no, no. There's no players like that.
No. They have a couple. He already said. Adam Silver says, I want to have a couple games, the bigger
Memphis-
games,
He
to
said
be
he
in
would
Nashville.
want that. Memphis decides where they play, bro. You
And
can't just-
the president, whatever it's called now, I can't call him commissioner. There we go.
Send them back to
They'll fix
Vancouver.
it. No,
Memphis don't even have Grizzlies. That was Vancouver thing.
that was
LA don't have no lakes, bro.
big country.
I know.
man.
that was you.
The Utah Jazz.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Utah,
tough when like
New Orleans,
there's
Jazz
Nashville
was
right there. Just
New
move.
Orleans.
Nashville's cool.
No, I have
It's
no
a bigger
problem.
market.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
growing.
I don't know how Memphis got a team to begin with. How did they figure that one?
I don't
out?
know.
That was-
One rich guy.
They don't have any other
Vancouver
professional team.
deciding to
They have
freaking go
no
over to
other professional
Memphis.
team.
FedEx is based there.
There it is. One rich guy.
Oh, that is true.
Boom.
He's not
That's all it took.
All right,
He's not
food
the one doing
question: steak, fancy steak dinner or Italian?
Steak steak dinner. Yeah, probably steak dinner.
Steakhouse or
Steakhouse.
I haven't had a good pasta in a while.
I have an Italian fiance, so
Fiance.
I have a lot of
Italian
pasta.
food.
I love
Something against Italian food.
It just,
but-
carbs. You gotta. But if I could eat pasta every day, I would. But I was like, I can't gain 30 pounds, so I try not to. All right, what's harder to do in a non-NBA game?
Okay.
So any college, high school, any other level, a triple double or dropping 40 plus.
Non-NBA game, 40 plus. So this is the crazy thing. If you think about it, I always think about it this way, is like 40 points or 50 points. You got to take whatever someone scores in 32 minutes. That's like the equivalent of scoring 1.5 times. Like that's like having 50 in high school games, like having 75 in an NBA game, right? Because it's like
Shout
there's
out Elion.
there's
no,
like 16
facts.
extra minutes, and there's like probably that many more possessions. Anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, I think someone might have had 40 points in a college game this year.
I'm sure.
From a big school or like just a college team?
I think maybe the guy in Louisville might have had 40, a freshman on Louisville.
Oh, freshman, even better.
Maybe I can't remember.
But
which is harder?
The last time I remember someone scoring like that high was like Jimmy for that.
But also, how often
But
do you see
he's like
triple
the
doubles in college,
offense.
even high school.
in high school?
Yeah, there's just like not enough. I
Somebody
mean, high
might-
school, it's like
For triple
pretty
double?
sure-
A double pretty
I'm
regular.
pretty sure Jacob Class got a triple double. I'm almost positive.
He said he got one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Which
I could
is
see it. Yeah,
crazy.
I could see it.
I think triple
Well-
double is probably the answer.
Triple. Oh, it was harder.
Yeah.
I think a triple double probably.
And obviously, NBA game is so easier because just like there's so many possessions, so the ball's moving.
I think the 40 points for me.
But you can just get hot.
Yeah, but you can also get a rebound and throw an outlet pass for an assist. That's 2-star right there.
10 assists.
I think-
and you gotta get 10 rebounds.
Think about it, like,
And you just gotta get
relative
fouled on the-
skill, though.
Yeah.
Like, in a high school game, someone's got to be able to, like, how many people at that age who aren't just like, athletically whatever anomalies can like rebound, pass, and score that well? Like,
Okay. Well, the thing is about scoring is just like 10 points. That's it.
it's just 10 points. Yeah.
It's just- and also, how many that could be off the free throw line?
But
To me, it's the other two that are more
You know what,
difficult.
in my head, for some reason, like when I hear triple-double, I'm thinking 20-point triple-double. I don't know why, but I don't appreciate it.
Russell Westbrook made it 30 points and 10 and 10 to be like the norm.
Ruined the triple double.
well, the other thing about it too is
So
like think
Jokic-
about how many baskets there are in a high school game. Like, let's say a high school game 60-60. So there's probably, when you take out free throws, there might only be like 30 or 40 baskets.
Yeah.
And then like how many of those are assisted? Like maybe half.
Yeah, it's tough.
So it's like you almost,
No, I
to get
feel-
a triple
okay.
double, you got to get like every freaking assist that happens.
You gotta ball in hand
Shout
at all
out to Jacob.
times.
Shout out to Jacob.
You're making the
You got
And
me
you got to
there.
score 10 of the points, and you got to grab 10 of those misses. Like that's,
You got me. That right there just
doing everything.
just destroyed my argument.
That's a lot.
One
You're
against
100% right.
five.
100% right.
Broad in high school.
All right. Whose career would you rather have had? No.
don't say mine or Nate's. Don't say mine.
No,
or
no,
Nate's.
no. I asked this wrong. I changed it. Who had a luckier NBA career?
Oh.
Draymond Green or Robert Ory?
Luckier. I think it's got to be Draymond, dude. No offense to Draymond. Draymond, don't at me. But it's like to have ended up to play with maybe easily the greatest players of generations.
Yeah.
Maybe
The best shooter God has ever created.
maybe the
best
most
two shooters,
transformational
basically.
player, of his generation.
David Lee got hurt.
Yeah, and like you're just in that situation, and like
After being like, "All right, you're
I
in."
think that's the thing. Like, what is it? Luck is when opportunity meets skill. Like he had to make the most of it. And he had to find his fit and role, and like, whatever. And there's something similar with Ori, with the situations he found himself in, whether it's with the Lakers or with the Rockets.
This was on trades too. Like it's not like he like.
That seems more lucky to me. And didn't
Seven's a lot.
one of those
Seven-
big
yeah, I'm gonna
threes
have to go
bounced
Rock-
in? Like one of his biggest
Yeah,
threes
yeah,
ever,
yeah,
like
yeah.
bounced like.
Robert Ory's definitely. I'm gonna have to choose. Like
He made a deal with the
I
devil.
think it's got to be Ori, actually, right?
Robert Ory.
7 rings. He was on the Houston Rockets as like a role. Was he a role player at the time?
Yeah, he's a role player.
He was always a role
Hakeem
player.
Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler or whatever. Ends up on the Lake. Was
Goes to the Spurs
first.
And Lakers. You
And
should
then
part of every dynasty.
Spurs and Lakers
okay.
and somewhere else.
Last time I was here, remember you asked me, I think Drew Holiday had just been traded for Marcus Smart. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah.
And I remember because my predictions are usually bad, but this is the one where I was like, I think he might be what they need to win a championship,
Yeah.
And like he had just done that in Milwaukee, right? And like then he did it at the Celtics. And
I think we agreed on it. I think we knew that like
yeah.
he was a piece that like. I think we were just shocked that Milwaukee would let him go.
But then he went to the Blazers and like he kind of like
Bro, they went to the playoffs first year he's there.
so, but like, here's my thing: is like he takes like whatever organization he goes to, he elevates it to the next level. Like that's not Robert Ory.
No.
Yeah,
Like he was just kind of like showing up for work.
So,
he's
yeah.
just lucky.
So I got
bro.
it right here.
Super lucky.
Started in Houston, 92. Literally
Yeah, first
when they
year.
won.
Yeah.
Well, 94.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
a couple years, yeah.
Phoenix, nothing happens. He gets in a fight with Danny Ainge, and Danny Ainge trades him. Cool. Goes straight to LA from 97 to 2003.
That's 3 titles.
Leaves that, goes to the Spurs from 03 to 08.
Dude, I forgot about that.
Bro, that's so lucky.
He won 94, 95, 2002, 2002.
Who is his agent?
2005,
dude?
and
Who
then
is his agent?
2007.
How many players get traded into like
Dynasties.
You don't, yeah.
random situations that ruin their careers?
You know how
and then he gets like just traded to every championship
all because
dynasty.
all because him and Danny Ainge got in a fight.
You know how lucky
got
he
out
is?
of
You wanna
Phoenix.
He
know
got
how
out of
lucky
Phoenix.
he is?
That's what happened.
He has 7 championships, and we never bring him up in any arguments.
crazy.
About like who's the best. So we just
Is he a Hall of Famer?
We just
Yeah.
He's got to be.
Yeah, right.
he went 7 like that. By default.
7.
But I bet you get 7 rings being like
no, no.
10th man.
How many
No,
people
no.
on Bill Russell's team didn't do nothing?
They just put T-Mac in the Hall of Fame. So if T-Mac's in there, then
No, but scoring leader for me is a big deal. I don't know.
To Robert Roy's credit, though, he did kind of like make a play. Like I feel like he has some memorable
Yeah,
moment
yeah,
in each
yeah,
of those.
yeah. And everyone, yeah.
runs.
Big shot Rob. He got that mention
Shot
for
Rob.
a reason.
All right.
He
Yeah,
got that.
exactly.
Since you're a Harvard guy, I'm gonna ask you a Harvard question.
Harvard.
Harvard.
Sorry. I'm
Which
so sorry.
former Harvard dropout is the better
okay.
athlete? Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg?
It's got to be Zuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Clearly, Zuck.
He's a combat athlete.
He is. I'm not gonna lie to you, I completely forgot about his MMA career.
Yeah, right. He's nice with it.
I've been fucking people up. I forgot about that.
trains
He
with
won.
world champs.
I don't know what he had to pay that guy, but he definitely beat him.
He also trains with actual like fighters, like not just like hey, this corner
Tell me you're
jiu-jitsu
bored
school.
without telling me you're bored. You get so much money, I'm like, I'm just gonna start fighting.
Everybody thinks I'm
Coming as headlock, like all right, Zuck won.
Everybody thinks I'm soft. I gotta learn jiu-jitsu.
Change his image. Yeah.
Literally.
I gotta lie, that Facebook movie was one of my favorite movies. That was
They're making it number 2.
yeah.
For
so,
real?
Yeah.
I
How
don't
much
know.
more? What else?
They already made it, so I don't know. It's like in the middle of I don't know.
It's
Who
new
cares?
characters. I mean, new
Whatever.
person
I'll
playing them
probably-
too.
I'll watch it,
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
not.
on Facebook.
Same director, so we'll see. All right, last but not
Streaming.
least, a food question: pancakes or French toast?
Pancakes.
All right. Nice to
Go ahead,
follow up.
Josh. Finish it up.
Pancakes, French toast, and waffles. Put them in the order of your favorite.
I think French toast might be last.
Why does
Dude,
I knew it.
And I like French toast, but
Yes.
I'm like, gun to my head. Like,
I'm a big waffle guy.
I don't think y'all
but
be. I don't think y'all be having waffles like you say. Waffles ain't out here like that.
No, but nobody.
Waffles
don't-
delicious, man.
They like it more than French toast.
Thing is,
That's all.
I'm a waffle guy,
pancake guy.
and I love pancakes. I have pancakes way more than I have waffles, just because it's quicker to make. But it's always French toast third. And the fact that you were so adamant
If
saying
I
no
said-
one would ever say French toast third. French toast number 1. I'm like, dude, no one's gonna
I
believe
don't think
you.
I said it. That's
Moment
that,
definitely
okay.
thought it was like, yo, you're
At least
crazy
second.
to think pancakes.
Exactly.
dude, I haven't had good French toast in a long
feel
time.
you.
Every once in a while, I'll order it, and I'll just be like disappointed.
You know,
Yeah, I
I've
feel you.
never. I'm like, I want to say never had, but I don't think there's ever been a moment where I went and grabbed French toast.
I've
French toast?
never gone to breakfast, and I've gone to breakfast a million times with people, and one of them is ordered French toast. I mean, waffles.
I make waffles every morning for my daughters. So this one's top of mind for me. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. I get why they're
All right.
I have pancakes every morning.
Chicken
Homemade
waffles
pancakes.
do count.
chicken waffles.
Chicken waffles do count.
A good there's a lot of bad waffles out there. Maybe that's what you're.
Belgium. The
get
Belgian
some
waffle
I,
is good.
I have the French toast flag. I don't remember the last time I had French toast. I'm
That's all
not
you
gonna lie
got.
to you. But also, I don't
You're more into the idea of French
The
toast.
French toast representative.
You know what it was? Because I was young.
No.
There's only so many things I can make. I'm not a cook at all. Thank God I have a beautiful partner who does most of the cooking. There's only a couple things I knew how to make when I was young. French toast was one of them. So that might be
easy.
why. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's fair.
That might be why.
Did you call it
Probably.
freedom toast back then?
No.
Oh, that's mad funny. They definitely
forgot about that.
That was crazy.
I forgot about that.
I forgot that happened too.
I forgot that.
It's
I
a
was
blur to me,
definitely
but I remember hearing
pancake
that.
Maker. I love flipping, and it's like,
Yeah.
You saw how delicate it.
you gotta get the perfect.
Clearly,
pancake.
that's
Yeah.
a man
No.
whose practices form for the
Nah,
pancakes.
and if you make it real thin, it's just crepes.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, we're not throwing crepes in there.
I know.
Crepes.
Funny, I was at the mall and there's a crepe
There is, yeah.
crepe store.
Crepes might be ahead of French toast.
All right, we're moving on. We're getting crazy here. We're getting crazy. Where the hell can I?
Now it's like pancakes, waffles, crepes. French toast is off the list now. It's not even.
You got booted.
It's not even part of the list anymore.
It's Crepes. Oh,
Next time I go out for breakfast,
That
I'm
is
ordering
my
French toast out of
second.
spite. I'm probably disappointed too. You're right. There's not a lot of good French toast out here.
If you find it, let me know.
I
dude.
will.
Absolutely.
I will. All right, shout outs. This is the part of the show. Just shout out. Anybody want to shout out, Eric? That is your camera there. If you want to do any shout outs.
Shout out to my wife and kids.
Absolutely.
to
Shout out
Coach Doyle,
family.
the whole Salem High
Absolutely.
team.
Shout out to Salem
Team
High.
champs.
Stay champions.
Shout out Vibe Entertainment. Shout out Uneducated MMA. Big
Shout out-
UFC event coming up soon.
Shout out the Nerd Gods. Shout out Gem Body Alchemist. Shout out Decoded.
Shout out to Dakota for sure. Shout out to Nova Skin. Make sure, fellas, get your skincare right. Book your appointments at Nova Skin. I need to book mine, honestly.
Shout out mothers. I know it's good. By the time
Mother's
that
Day.
we're filming this
Shout
before
out to
Mother's
all
Day.
mothers,
Shout
yeah.
out all the mamas out there. We love y'all.
Mama.
Mama.
Especially our mom. We got to put up with all of us. Eric, I knew this was going to be a dope episode
I loved it.
when we booked you, and it's always a pleasure. And it's
Always a
been
pleasure.
Thank you
a
guys.
service
Yeah, thank you.
for waiting this long in between episodes. I assure you that will not happen. We'll have you back probably maybe right before the Salem High season starts again.
Let's do
Maybe
it.
we'll
There we
have
go.
A nice little or maybe first, you know what I need you to do? Is I need you to do me a favor. I need you to find Danny Frazier. Because I can't find him. I really can't find him.
Okay.
All right.
One time we were talking on. Oh, finish up. I know we're getting late. Talking IG. He hit me up, say like most of your team, like Pat, David, like yo, I love what you do. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We went back and forth, and apparently he just gave up on the internet because I haven't heard or seen him since.
Pasta
So-
Paco.
If you can contact him, maybe you can
So,
bring him with you next time.
Remember how I said if I woke up 20 years later, I wouldn't be able to play basketball today? Danny, if he woke up 20 years later, if he woke up 20 years from now, I think you could take Danny from 2003.
Really?
Like,
Sniper.
I think he was like that kind of
He was my favorite. Like yo, he was one of my favorite players to watch. Literally, because you knew what he was gonna do. Tip ball. He's gonna run and he's gonna chuck a three immediately, and it's gonna go in.
Yeah.
And so much, and I think Hansen completely copied. Like Hansen literally is Danny Frazier
2.0.
2.0. It's literally the same. The swag. It's literally like the same. Chris Hansen too. Wherever the hell you are, I would love to talk to you.
So we had an assistant coach at Harvard who recruited me, and I think he partly said this to get under my skin, but partly because he actually thought it. He'd be like, "You weren't even the best player on your high school team."
Yikes.
And, part of me was like, "I think he might be right."
So
That kind of hurt.
find
right?
Danny for me. Maybe I could do a nice little 05
Reunion.
reunion episode. That'd be cute.
Cute.
That'd be cute.
All right. It was cool until you said cute.
You guys want to be on it? I need all the seats.
I'm on.
Eric,
Yeah, thank you. guys.
thank you for stopping by. REG co-host, Sanchez co-host. I'm Melly Man. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Solo.
806 The Show is a proud member of the Vibe Entertainment family, so make sure you follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as Facebook and the Gram. Leave us some comments, hit us with some likes, show us some love. You already know. It's 806 The Show.
806 The Show, you're.
Take that. 806 The Show.